to Lagos Update on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This program highlights the activities of the Lagos State Governor and other state events. I'm Adeola Akindele. In the highlights of the program today, Governor Sanwo-Olu pledges to strengthen Lagos workforce at 2025 May Day celebration. This and more after this time. We'll begin today with today's story. Workers in Lagos State joined others across the world to mark the 2025 International Workers' Day with the theme Reclaiming the Civic Space in the Midst of Economic Hardship. Speaking at the event held at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Oniko, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who adopted all the requests brought forward by labor unions, recommitted to strengthening its workforce and ensuring a more robust public service, with a promise to ensure next year's May Day celebration will be held at the rehabilitated National Stadium in Surulere.
I want to thank you all. We are happy that we have been able to successfully host the 2025 May Day rally here in Lagos. We'll continue to lead, and work with you and ensure that the real dividends of democracy that is happening at Abuja, to make sure that it comes to all of our states and Lagos in particular. Don't mind the rain. It is God that has come to bless us.
The State Commissioner for Establishment and Training, Afolabi Ayotayo, and the Head of Service, Bodeago, both commended workers in the state and reeled out the various initiatives and interventions of the Sanwo-Olu administration to improve staff welfare and provide a conducive environment for them to operate. The chairman, Nigeria Labour Congress, Fumilayo Sesi, recommended the state government for prioritizing security and welfare of workers, payment of 85,000 naira new minimum wage and consequential adjustments, urged the Sanwo-Olu administration to consider workers in other agencies and parastatals in the implementation of the minimum wage to ease their economic plight.
We will continue to collaborate with Mr. Governor and the government to address the need of our members. And we thank you, sir, Mr. Sanwo-Olu, for always operating an open door policy and giving us a listening ear.
We appreciate the effort of the state at caring for the workers of Lagos and looking after the welfare of the people that are the wheels of progress of the state. We commend the state government for its visible strides in infrastructure, especially the completion of the red and blue rail lines.
While commending workers in the state for their doggedness and resilience, the chairman, Trade Union Congress, TUC, Lagos State Chapter, Benga Kundayo, urged the federal government to give Lagos a special status and more allocation because of its teeming population to deliver more infrastructure to residents, as he enjoined Lagosians to pay their taxes promptly. The workers defied the rain to observe a march past as different labor unions in the state wore customized T-shirts with cap as well as Ankara of different colors. Also, during the week, Lagos State government announced plans to launch water taxis before the end of this year, as dredging is already underway on key routes to prepare for full-scale operations across the state inland waterways. The managing director of the Lagos State Ferry Services, LAC Ferry, Ladi Balogun, made this known at a news conference tagged Waterways Experience with the media held at the Falomo Jetty on the MV Adamu Orisha Barge. Balogun said the initiative, which is to relieve residents along the Lekki-Ekpe corridor of traffic is in line with the state's Themes Plus agenda, which prioritizes sustainable transportation, infrastructure development, and reduction of carbon emissions.
All the way from Lekki, Aja, Awuyaya, Ibeju-Lekki, Sango-Tedo, Victoria Island, Ikoyi, down to Eko Atlantic City. You can actually take a ride on our water taxi without coming on the road. This introduction of the water taxi has gotten the approval of Mr. Governor, and we have the regulatory approval from LASWA and of course the new one. We want to give it to our people to experience what they used to experience when they are abroad. We want to tell them that this is doable and it can be done in Lagos as well.
While reeling out some of its agency's achievements, the Lak Ferry Board said the state aims to maximize its water resources in light of the mounting pressure on its road infrastructure, while acknowledging that safety concerns remain a major reason why many commuters hesitate to embrace water transportation. Also speaking, the General Manager, Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA, Damilola Emmanuel, who was represented by Mr. Ibrahim Famuyiwa, maintained that safety protocols will continue to be adhered to boost public confidence, help passengers feel more at ease once on board the ferries, noting that over 3 million passengers have been transported across Lagos waterways in the last 5 years.
A lot has been done in the area of commuter services, in the area of charter services, in the area of even boosting tourism on the Lagos inland waterways. And we are not resting on our oars, like they have said. We are looking at the future, and the future is more sustainable, more resilient, and as a matter of fact, the future is electrified.
Since the commencement of the Sanwo-Olu administration, the state's boat fleet has increased from 4 to almost 30, with 50 jetties built across the state. Lagos State government has delivered 130 billion naira in social support to 18.5 million legations through coordinated interventions in the last 1 year. Speaking at the 2025 Ministerial Press Briefing at Alausa Ikeja, Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Okwe Judge, stated that the interventions included the transportation subsidy allowance following fuel subsidy removal, Onjeko food subsidy program, among others. Judge, who reiterated the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration's plan to balanced and sustainable growth, noted that the year 2024 budget performance stood at 87%, while it also conducted a non-expenditure framework review to enable equitable and impact-driven resource distribution.
These achievements are not just isolated wins, but they are deliberate steps for us to ensure that we make our governance approach fit for purpose and complexities of our fast-moving, evolving economy. That would help further position Lagos as sustainable infrastructure growth and improved our energy governance. Big planning department has helped to deepen policy execution, and we've helped in tracking our LSDP 2052 plan. And we ensure that one of the key functions of this department is to ensure that plans are tracked and to ensure that we align all there are about 287 near-term initiatives.
According to the Commissioner, the Ministry facilitated significant increase in Lagos total revenue from 2.08 trillion naira in 2024 to 2.968 trillion naira in 2025, which is evident in the infrastructural development ongoing in different parts of the state, while highlighting the overview of the 2025 budget of 3.366 trillion naira. Judge said 2.968 trillion naira is the total revenue projection, while total revenue expenditure is 1.295 trillion naira and 2.071 trillion naira capital expenditure. In the year under review, the ministry, through the Resilient Office, generated 100 direct jobs and 1,500 indirect green jobs, while supporting over 5,000 small, medium entrepreneurs through climate resilient and secular business model. And finally, on the program today, in a bid to reduce poverty and create wealth in Lagos, 3,006 unemployed youths were accommodated and trained by the state government in the last 2 years. Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment Akinyemi Ajigbotafe made this known at the ongoing ministerial press briefing at Alausa, Ikeja, to mark the second year of the second term of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration in office. While reeling out the ministry's achievements in the last 2 years, the commissioner stated that the ministry partnered some local and international academy to provide employability skills training for over 2,000 graduates, noting that some of them were retained and secured full-time jobs during their internship program. Ajigbotafe hinted that additional 5,500 residents will soon be onboarded under the NG case to receive a monthly stipend of 20,000 naira as part of the Sanwo-Olu administration's Fames Plus agenda of leaving no vulnerable Lagos residents behind on social inclusion, gender equality, youth empowerment, and economic resilience.
Regardless of age, tribe, or social status, as a ministry, we're committed to creating sustainable employment opportunities through skills acquisition for graduates and unemployed youth, as well as nurture innovation and support entrepreneurial spirit that drives our economy forward. It is noteworthy to state that the extension of the developmental pillars of Teams Plus agenda of Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu's administration for gender equality, social inclusiveness, and the youth, our ministry's programs and policies align with making Lagos a 21st century economy, education, and technology to drive the vision for a greater Lagos.
While maintaining that micro, small, and medium-scale entrepreneurs were not left out, the commissioner said in the year under review, a total of 1.17 billion naira was disbursed as loan to upscale their businesses through the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, which he noted created a total of 43,830 direct and indirect jobs, as well as saved 34,542 jobs. In the year under review, 25,954 residents in Lagos benefited from the federal government's renewed Hope cash transfer across 20 local government areas of the state. And with that story, we conclude this week's edition of Lagos Update, a program that highlights the activities of the Lagos State Government and other state events. You can follow us and like all of various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch the news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Thanks to my producer, Babatine Akinyemi, and studio engineer, Ayodeji Toyo, with support of the social media team. The executive producer is Tayo Akule. I'm Adeola Akindele. Next week is another date. Stay blessed and stay safe.